Have you ever wondered why a narcissist, who seems so confident and self-assured in public, appears to crumble and be tormented when they lose contact with you? Imagine someone who has built their entire sense of identity on the admiration, attention, and validation they receive from you suddenly finding themselves in a void, a space where your presence no longer fuels their fragile ego. Today, we're going to delve deep into the psychological underpinnings of why narcissists are so tormented in their lives when there is no contact with you. This isn't merely about a person missing another. It's about understanding the intricate ways in which a narcissist's self-worth is intertwined with the validation you provide, and what happens to them when that critical lifeline is severed. Throughout this discussion, we will uncover the layers of narcissistic behavior, explore real-life examples, and examine clinical observations that shed light on the internal chaos a narcissist experiences in the absence of your attention. Stay with me until the end, because the insights you are about to receive may not only change the way you view narcissistic behavior, but also empower you to reclaim your own life from the emotional grip of toxic relationships. Before we dive into the heart of the matter, I want to invite you to join our community of informed and empowered individuals. Please take a moment to subscribe, and share this video so that we can spread these crucial psychological insights far and wide. Your support is the driving force behind our mission to help people understand and overcome the complexities of narcissistic abuse and manipulation. As psychologists with years of experience in both clinical practice and research on personality disorders, I can assure you that the observations we discuss here are based on rigorous evidence and real-life cases. If you ever felt that the absence of a narcissist in your life leaves them in a state of torment, or if you have experienced the bittersweet freedom that comes with cutting contact, then this video is made just for you. So please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement is not only appreciated, but essential in building a supportive community. Let's begin our exploration by considering the core of narcissistic identity. Narcissists construct their self-worth on the foundation of external validation. In their daily interactions, they actively seek admiration, praise, and attention to confirm their grandiose self-image. You, as the object of their fixation, serve as a vital mirror in which they see a reflection of their perceived perfection. When you are in contact with them, when they can gauge your reactions, when your compliments and attention flow freely, they feel a sense of superiority and invincibility. This external validation is not a mere bonus. It is the very lifeblood of their existence. Without it, their self-esteem, which is already precariously balanced, begins to collapse. Consider how many narcissists, when faced with even mild criticism or rejection, react with disproportionate anger or despair. This reaction stems from the fact that their identity is so dependent on your engagement that the absence of it leaves them adrift in a sea of self-doubt and emotional pain. When there is no contact with you, that crucial mirror is gone, and they are forced to confront the emptiness of their own internal world, a world that was sustained by your validation and has now become a barren landscape. Every time you choose not to engage, whether by ending a relationship, ceasing communication, or simply withdraw your attention, you are inadvertently causing a significant shift in the narcissist's internal equilibrium. This shift is terrifying for them because it reveals the stark truth that their carefully constructed self-image is nothing more than a fragile illusion. As a psychologist, I have observed that when a narcissist loses contact with the source of their validation, they enter a state of inner turmoil. Their public facade of confidence is replaced by a hidden, often agonizing vulnerability. They begin to experience a range of negative emotions, fear, anger, and profound sadness, all of which are magnified by the absence of the external applause that once buoyed their ego. In many cases, this emotional descent leads to behaviors that are both self-destructive and desperate, as the narcissist struggles to recapture the validation they so desperately crave. They might engage in impulsive actions, seek out alternative sources of attention at any cost, or even lash out at anyone who reminds them of the person they once depended on. The torment they experience is not an isolated event. It is a persistent, gnawing pain that can consume their entire existence. I want to take a moment now to ask you again to subscribe, and share this video if you find these insights into narcissistic behavior illuminating. Your support is critical in spreading awareness about the psychological mechanisms that underlie narcissistic torment, and every comment you leave enriches our collective understanding of these dynamics. If you've ever felt the unsettling impact of a narcissist's inner turmoil after losing contact with you, your voice is important in this discussion. Please share your experiences in the comments below. The second key factor in understanding this torment is the concept of identity dependency. Narcissists are not simply individuals who enjoy attention. They are, in many cases, people whose sense of self is entirely dependent on external reinforcement they receive from their environment, particularly from the people they value most. When you are the primary source of validation for a narcissist, your presence is interwoven with their identity. Your opinions, your emotions, and your very existence become part of the framework upon which they build their self-esteem. This identity dependency means that your absence is not merely a lack of external stimuli. It is an existential crisis. Imagine spending your entire life believing that your worth is determined by how others see you, and then one day, those sources of validation vanish. The resulting void is not just a gap. It is a chasm that can lead to an identity crisis, leaving the narcissist feeling lost and deeply tormented. For example, a narcissistic partner might constantly remind themselves of how their significant other's attention elevated their social standing or personal value. When that partner is no longer present, the narcissist is forced to confront the harsh reality that their entire self-image was contingent on something external. This realization can trigger a profound sense of worthlessness and despair, a torment that is both painful and paralyzing. Another dimension of this identity dependency is how narcissists often rely on a constant feedback loop to regulate their emotions. They measure their worth by the immediate reactions they receive from you and others in their social circle. When you are in contact, that feedback loop provides a steady stream of emotional nourishment. Without it, they are left with nothing to anchor their sense of self, leading to intense emotional instability. This instability can manifest in various ways, such as sudden mood swings, outbursts of anger, or deep depressive episodes. The narcissist, unable to self-regulate due to the absence of external validation, may spiral into a state of internal chaos that is both terrifying and self-destructive. This is why, when there is no contact with you, the narcissist's life becomes marked by a persistent sense of torment, a constant reminder of their inability to maintain the facade that once defined them. I encourage you to subscribe, and share this video if these reflections resonate with your understanding of narcissistic behavior. Your participation is vital in spreading this message and helping others recognize that the torment experienced by narcissists in the absence of validation is not a sign of strength, but a deep vulnerability. Please share your thoughts and personal stories in the comment below. Your insights contribute to a broader conversation that can help many find clarity and support. The third aspect that deepens a narcissist's torment when there is no contact with you is the loss of control over their narrative. Narcissists are notorious for their need to control how they are perceived by others. They carefully curate their public persona, ensuring that every interaction reinforces their sense of superiority and dominance. When you are in regular contact with them, you are part of that narrative, even if unwittingly. Your interactions, your compliments, your emotional responses all serve to bolster the narcissist's carefully constructed image. However, when you cut off contact, you disrupt that narrative. Suddenly, the narcissist is left with an incomplete story, one where the crucial chapter that elevated their self-worth is missing. This disruption forces them to confront the possibility that their public image is not as invincible as they believed. It is as if a vital piece of the puzzle has been removed, leaving them to grapple with a distorted and incomplete sense of self. This loss of narrative control is profoundly unsettling because it strips away the very tools they use to mask their internal vulnerabilities. Without your input, the narcissist is left to face the reality that their image is a fabrication, a collection of carefully manipulated impressions that now lacks the reinforcement it once had. The ensuing turmoil is both terrifying and demoralizing as they struggle to reconstruct a self-image that no longer fits the reality of their existence. I want to remind you to subscribe, and share this video if you have ever felt the power of controlling your narrative or witnessed someone's identity unravel when their source of validation was removed. Your engagement helps us reach more individuals who need to understand these deep psychological dynamics and can serve as a lifeline for those trapped in cycles of narcissistic abuse. The fourth dimension of this torment lies in the narcissist's acute fear of abandonment and rejection. At the heart of narcissistic behavior is an overwhelming dread of being left alone, of being abandoned by the very people who validate their existence. When you maintain contact, even if it is fraught with manipulation and emotional upheaval, you inadvertently serve as a lifeline for them. Your attention, your presence, assures them that they're still significant, still worthy of the admiration they crave. When that connection is severed, it triggers their deepest fear, the fear of abandonment. This fear is not a fleeting emotion. It is a paralyzing anxiety that can consume their every thought. Without your validation, they are forced to confront the possibility that they might truly be unlovable or insignificant, a realization that is unbearable given the vast gap between their self-perception and their inner insecurities. The terror of abandonment can lead to desperate, often erratic behaviors as the narcissist clings to any remnant of the relationship, even as they push you away with their toxic behavior. This desperate need to avoid rejection drives them to extreme measures, and the absence of contact only magnifies the psychological pain they endure. In many cases, this fear of abandonment is so overwhelming that it becomes a primary engine behind their manipulative tactics, fueling a relentless cycle of clinging and rejection that leaves them in a constant state of inner torment. If you have ever witnessed someone react with sheer panic or destructive behavior when faced with the prospect of losing a connection, please subscribe, and share this video. Your participation in this conversation not only broadens our collective understanding, but also supports those who are seeking to break free from the grip of narcissistic manipulation. The fifth and final factor contributing to a narcissist's torment when there is no contact with you is the internal disintegration of their self-image. Narcissists spend their lives constructing a facade, a meticulously crafted image that projects power, confidence, and invulnerability. However, this facade is nothing more than a brittle construct, held together by the constant inflow of admiration and external validation. When you cut off that flow, the structural integrity of their self-image begins to crumble. This disintegration is not merely a psychological inconvenience. It is an existential crisis that shakes the very foundation of their being. They are forced to confront the reality that the person they have projected to the world is a lie, a carefully orchestrated performance that cannot stand on its own without the support of those around them. This realization is devastating, leading to intense feelings of worthlessness, despair, and even self-loathing. The narcissist's torment in the absence of contact is a direct consequence of this collapse. It is a painful reminder that their sense of self is not inherent or stable, but entirely dependent on the approval of others, especially you. Without that crucial element, they are left with nothing but the harsh truth of their own inadequacy, a truth that can haunt them relentlessly. This internal collapse often manifests in a variety of destructive behaviors, from self-sabotage to outright aggression, as they struggle to patch up the shattered remnants of their identity. The terror they feel is not born from an external enemy, but from the unyielding confrontation with their own vulnerabilities and failures. I encourage you to subscribe, and share this video if these insights into the internal collapse of narcissistic self-image resonate with you. Your support helps us reach those who may be struggling to understand profound psychological impacts of narcissistic abuse and offers a path toward healing for those who have been caught in its grip. As we draw closer to the end of our discussion, it is important to recognize that the torment experienced by narcissists in the absence of contact with you is not a desirable state for you. It is a sign of their deep internal vulnerabilities and their dependence on your validation. It is a testament to the fact that their power is not absolute, but fragile and contingent upon your involvement. The absence of your presence forces them to face the raw truth of their own inadequacies, a truth that they have spent years trying to hide behind a veneer of arrogance and manipulation. This painful process is, in many ways, the catalyst for potential change. It can create an opening for self-reflection, for seeking help, or at the very least, for reducing the intensity of their manipulative behaviors. While it is not your responsibility to heal a narcissist, understanding the source of their torment can empower you to maintain healthy boundaries and protect your own emotional well-being. Recognizing that their inner chaos is a reflection of their own insecurities and not a measure of your worth is a powerful step toward reclaiming your independence and self-respect. I want to take a moment now to thank you for joining me on this comprehensive exploration of why narcissists are so tormented in their lives when there is no contact with you. Your willingness to engage with these complex psychological insights is a testament to your strength and your commitment to understanding the dynamics of toxic relationships. If you have found this discussion valuable, please do like, subscribe, and share this video. Your support not only helps us continue to provide research-based content, but also reaches those who might be struggling to break free from the destructive cycles of narcissistic abuse. Every like, every comment, and every share contributes to a community that is dedicated to healing, empowerment, and personal growth. Please leave your thoughts, experiences, and questions in the comments below. Your voice is essential in building a network of understanding and support. In closing, always remember that the power to reclaim your emotional well-being lies within you. The torment that a narcissist experiences in the absence of your validation is a clear indicator of their deep-seated vulnerabilities, a reminder that their power is ultimately fragile and dependent on external reinforcement. By choosing to maintain your distance, by asserting your boundaries, and by nurturing your own sense of self-worth, you not only protect yourself from further harm, but also diminish the narcissist's hold over you. This journey toward emotional liberation is not easy, but every step you take in preserving your autonomy and self-respect is a victory over the toxic dynamics of narcissistic abuse. Embrace your strength, trust in your inner voice, and know that you deserve relationships built on mutual respect, empathy, and genuine care. Thank you once again for watching this in-depth exploration of why narcissists are so tormented in their lives when there is no contact with you. Your engagement through likes, subscriptions, and thoughtful comments is what fuels our ability to continue sharing these vital psychological insights. Please like, subscribe, and share this video, and feel free to leave your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Your contributions are invaluable in creating a supportive community for those seeking to understand and overcome the effects of narcissistic manipulation. Stay strong, remain true to yourself, and know that the journey to healing begins with a recognition of your own worth. I look forward to seeing you in our next video as we continue to uncover profound truths of human behavior and explore the pathways to lasting emotional freedom.